Unfortunately, in this part of the world, especially, the Nigerian leadership, across levels, and I have no apology for this, we treat every problem as technical. And that's why, the problems don't go away. They rather mutate into some other forms.
So it's adaptive in nature. That's what we have.
Nigerian problem is both complex and adaptive.
That's a serious one.
And it depends on the kind of problem you're picking on. We don't really have issues of that have to do with technicalities as such. So when a lot of people say we need to restructure this country and things like that, is it the structure that has a problem? It's not the structure. And I've said this on several fora. It's the system. It's the system that we run, not really the structure. So sometimes we confuse structure and systems. Now, the human body, for example, is made out of systems. Your bones are just like the structures. That's why, when a human being dies, many times it's a system shut down.
Yes.
So you bury someone, and in 50 years' time, you go there, the bones are still there.
The structure is still there.
That's right. So, you got a structure. What we should be talking about in this country is not structure, it's system. There's a system that is so dysfunctional, that is so toxic, that is so corrosive, that is so demeaning and dehumanizing. A system that is so full of chaos, and we seem to thrive in it. And that's why the moment we say we need to restructure this country, you're not really making any sense in the reality of intellectualism and those who have to deal with organizational issues. No, you need to address the system that runs this country. So if you can take care of the system, this structure is not taken care of.
So the systems have gotten us to the point where we now have, like I mentioned, student union bodies now metamorphosized into what they are now. Now that's speaking generally. Now let's now come particular. We have just about a minute to a commercial. Now I knew, and I'm sure you probably knew, when you have student union government representatives outside, there was usually a head, an assistant, PRO, maybe one or two individuals who were going to assist them, and that was about it. Here we have 18 people. And I do know that from my conversations, right, in Uniport, that some of these bodies, some bodies will come and give the SUG money, it's those little people, because a lot of people in our Nigerian space, a lot of students are not particular about what goes on in the SUG. I grew up knowing and hearing that the university is a microschism of a larger society's schism. And so, like you said, training ground and all of that. Are we now looking at university where it is the larger schism that's now affecting the smaller schism?
I think what has happened over time is that we have decided, to throw away, serious thinking and to just go with the flow. And it's easy to go with the flow in any society. Very easy. Now, until the universities position themselves as true citadel of learning and custodian of intellectual hybrid ideas, until they become solution to the problem, giving to the problems of the society. So what is happening is you just find that we are confusing models and mentors. The university community is supposed to be mentoring the larger society. However, what has happened is that the university society has decided to take the larger society as its own model. So either you find at the academic staff union or you find at student level, it's almost the same.
People need to start to take, students now need to start to take what their SUG governments are doing seriously.
Have you listened to some of the student union, those candidates? Have you listened to some of their, manifestos?
Yeah.
How is it different from the one you find in the society? People have all these, esoteric kind of dreams. And they're painting it for the people. Yeah, it's almost like, we're going to give you, like an AC jacket, so that you're not, that kind of thing. Say, when you listen to some of the campaign promises,
Mm.
you ask yourself, at what level of intelligence is this person operating? But we've always, I think over time, we've come to a level whereby thinking doesn't matter to us. As a people, thinking doesn't matter. All it just matters is make the noise when you get there. Because what the person is targeting is the funds. It's not the, what they call it, it's not the service. Until we begin to see leadership as a call to serve. And Nigeria is the only country that I have seen in the world where people fight to serve. Because leadership is about service. Nigeria is the only country I see where people kill because they want to serve. Where people, manipulate and do that. No, I think our definition of leadership and service
Is warped.
is warped, completely warped, out of this world. Because the things that people do in the name of, I want to serve my people, you really wonder, is this really about service? And when they get into office, you can see what it means.
Yes.
18 special assistants. So maybe the PRO will have 5. Maybe the sports minister or whatever it is,
Yeah,
we have 2. You can see how we are beginning to load the expenditure
Of the SUG government.
of the SUG and then put that, how is it different from the nation? The
So-
citadel of learning is no longer setting the pace. All we are doing is we're picking the models, the dysfunctional models that has brought oppression and hardship on the people, is what we've imported to the campuses.